Today in this video, we're going to talk about how much home can I afford? How much can you really buy? Check it out. Again, how much that you can afford comes down to really two things that impact how much you can afford. Again, it's your credit score, and your debt to income. Before you get started on trying to buy a house, you try to make some changes in your life, you want to go into home ownership, we got to start with the credit report. I ain't even got to the score yet. I said we got to start with the credit report. What you need to do is you need to go to annualcreditreport.com and get your credit reports. Get all three of your credit reports. That's Experian, that's Equifax, that's TransUnion. Go to Annual Credit Report and get your three credit reports and look and see what is on there. If you know you jacked up, if you know you're jacked up, then you need to start and you need to go line by line by line and figure out what is on your credit report. If you have judgments and collections, you need to get started on getting that off of there. Okay? If you have judgments listed in the public records section of your credit report, don't be afraid to call them. If you got a judgment on there for a car, you got a judgment on there for an apartment, you got a judgment on there for whatever. Maybe an old credit card took you to court and they got a judgment against you. This is not the end of the world, but you got to deal with this. You got to get this cleaned up right now before you even get started. What you looking at? Because let me tell you something. Not only will a judgment come up on your credit report, it will come up on the title report. When you go to buy a house, any lender that you use will require you to have title insurance. Title insurance ensures that there are no other liens on that house that you're trying to buy. And it also ensures there's no other liens against you. So if you don't deal with the judgment now, you're going to have to deal with it before closing. And there's nothing worse than you thinking you about to close on a house and the title report come back and they're like, she got all these judgments. We can't insure the title. We can't insure her because she got judgments against her. Do you see where I'm going with this? So you need to deal with these judgments now. Look, and don't be afraid. Don't think you can't settle a judgment. I've told y'all before, I've had some crazy stuff on my credit report before. Okay, look, crazy stuff because I know I wasn't taking care of business when I was younger. Okay, but do not be afraid to call them. 9 times out of 10, if it was a judgment against you, the attorney who took you to court, you can find their number and call them and say, look here, I know that judgment was for $2,000, but I got $700. Can we squash this? Can this be done? Go up to $1,000, but negotiate. You never know. Again, these are real people on the other side of the phone that you're going to be talking to. So do not be afraid to negotiate, to at least try to negotiate and get those judgments paid. Second of all, if you got collections on your credit report, go back to your original creditor. Let's say you got a charge off on there from Macy's. Okay? I don't know about you, but Macy's went bankrupt. Okay? The collection agencies who bought your bad account, they pay pennies on the dollar for it. Okay? So why not call up Macy's and say, hey, I know this went to collections and everything, and I know it was $1,000, but I got $350. What can we do? Ask if you pay, will they delete it? Same thing on the judgment. You get it paid. If they agree to the lower amount, then you want a release in exchange for that payment. So, but you'd be surprised how many times, but a closed mouth don't get fed if you don't ask. You'd be surprised how many times they'll say, okay, yeah, we'll take, yeah, okay, shoot, we wrote this off. We didn't think we was going to get nothing out of this. So we good. Yeah, come on. What you need? And you can get that deleted. And then what you do, see, once you paid the original creditor, this is what I do. I go back and then I tell the credit bureaus, oh, that collection agency, I don't know them. I don't even know who that is. Because see, me and Macy's is straight. I don't know who that is. They need to be deleted because I don't owe them any money, which you don't, because you paid the original creditor. Do you see what I'm saying? You got to start with the credit report. You got to get your credit report right first. Get the credit report right first. Then we'll worry about the credit score. Because see, once you start on the credit report and you getting all this fixed, the score is inevitably going to come up. But you need to go to annualcreditreport.com and start with your credit reports. Please consider subscribing to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Like I have told you before, next we're going to worry about the credit score. Next, we're going to worry about the credit score. You got to pay that debt down. You got to pay that debt down. You got to pay that debt down. I don't know any which way to say it. Take your revolving credit, convert it to installment loans. Take your revolving credit, change it to installment loans that will shoot your credit score up. Go to Lending Club, link down below. Go to Lending Club, get you a loan, consolidate that, change it to installment debt from revolving debt. Watch your credit score go up. And that's liable to help your DTI. You got to pay the debt down. Whatever you need to do. You know, I have a lot of people who contact me from my videos and they say, well, I don't have any way to make extra payments. And I know right now it's rough with a lot of people have been laid off. A lot of people have been furloughed. Your hours been cut, different stuff like this. But you're going to have to increase your income. You got to get your hustle on. You gonna have to do it. You know what? I know, and since we've been at home and we've been on the shutdown and everything, I know every Amazon driver, cause they hit my house every day. I don't even go to Walmart no more. I pull up, you know, I do a little shopping on you know, do my little grocery shopping on the app, and then I go and they put it in the back of the car for me, and then I drive off. Yeah, cause so you know what? I know all the drivers, and that's not a good thing. But you know what? On the same tip, I hustles so that I can do that. See, you can't change the way you doing things without bringing in some more money. So whatever your hustle is, you got to get your income up. Just because one area of business has fallen off, there's opportunities elsewhere. Go be that Amazon driver. Go be that Grubhub. Go be that Postmates. Go do something. You got to get your income up. If you already know that your job, your main job ain't cutting it, then I don't know how you think you're going to get this income up and the debt down. You got to get your hustle on. As I've told y'all, I do several hustles. I'm a travel agent too. Travel coming back. I'm positioning myself. You know, you got to increase your income. That's the only way you're going to be able to afford anything. Because as you pay that, you got to pay the debt down in order for the score to go up. So you've got to bring in more income. So once you have paid down the debt and you got your income up, and that means you got your score up, now you need to know how much can you afford. I have a calculator on my website at rondaburgess.com. I'm going to link to it below. It's very detailed, very detailed. This is the calculator you need to be on. Not all these other ones you see on the internet that say, oh yeah, if you got a 720 score and 20% down, this is how much you can afford. Because you know, for the vast majority of you, that is not your situation. The calculator on my website, you fill in personally. You know how much your debt is. You know how much everything is. You fill that in yourself. And then it tells you how much you can afford. And this is not something you need to do once. As you on your journey to home ownership, you need to be doing this like every 90 days. When you pay off a bill, you need to go in there and do it. Bookmark it. Bookmark it. I'm going to put it down in the links below. Bookmark it. Go every 30 days, every 90 days. Look, you starting off today. Maybe you put in all your stuff and it say, you can only afford $150,000. Okay. What you need to understand, this is a long game. This ain't no immediate instant gratification type game. This is not what this is. This is not going to happen. So today, it's August. It's telling you you can only afford 150. Okay. Then you take that. That's your starting point, and you build on that. You say, well, I know if I bring my debt down, then my affordability should go up. Okay. So let's say 60 days from now, you've been out hustling. Every dollar you've been getting from bringing them Amazon packages to my house, because we cool like that. But every dollar that you done got from delivering Amazon or whatever your hustle is, you've been baking cakes, you've been doing whatever it is, and you've been paying down your debt. You've been paying down your debt, right? So then you go back to the Affordability Calculator, RhondaBurgess.com. You'll see the link. And let's say 60 days from now, it say, oh, girl, you can afford 205. Oh, suck it. Oh, so you feeling good about yourself. You see what I'm saying? So now you seeing that you're making progress. You need to see the progress. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you was doing. Come back to the calculator in another 30, 60, 90 days. If your goal is to be in a house in a year from now, go quarterly. Go every 60 days, every 60 to 90 days. You pay down some more debt and your score done went up. You paid down some more debt and your score done went up. Hit the calculator again. Oh. Then you're going to be calling your girlfriend. Oh, girl, the calculator said I can do 250. I can do 350. Whatever your number is. Okay? You need to see that progress. It'll do good for you. It'll help your self-esteem. It'll help your mindset. As long as you're seeing that you're making progress, it will help you. But that calculator is going to tell you how much you can afford. That way you don't get blowed out the water when you don't reach these unrealistic expectations that these other calculators have. So then when you're seeing your credit score has gone up, your debt is coming down, and it's getting into the range of where you want to be, that's when you need to call your mortgage person. But you need to do your homework first. You've got to do the groundwork first. There's no point. Just like I told you about with the judgments and the title insurance. There's no point in jumping out here. You got judgments. You got collections. You got all this. No. What you even wasting somebody's time for? You just wasting time. Calling up people talking about, yeah, I want to buy a house. And they done a lick of work. It takes work. It's just like it take you 9 months to have a baby. Okay? It may take you 9, 12 months to become a homeowner, but you got to put in the work. If you're not putting in the work, it's never going to happen. So if you want to know how much you can afford, go to the calculator, bookmark it, come back to it. If you need to look at it every day, and say, you know what? I am not going to settle for this when I know I should be here. I'm not going to settle for this when I know this price of house does not work for me and my family. Put in the work now. Find out, pull your annual credit report. Look at your credit report. We're not even worried about the score at first. Don't even worry about your credit score until you've cleaned up everything on that credit report. Pay down the debt. Get your hustle on, increase your income. If you got to rent out a room in your house, in your apartment, you got to do something. Whatever you got to do it. Get your income coming in, pay down your debt. Then keep revisiting the calculator to see how much you can afford. When you get to the point where you think, yeah, I want about 400 is what I need. I want to buy something for 400,000. And the calculator's telling you based on the information that you put in, because you've done the homework, that you can do the 400,000. That's when you contact a mortgage professional. That's when you contact your realtor. Again, my name is Rhonda Burgess, and I'm a real estate broker and mortgage underwriter here in Nashville, Tennessee. If you need help with buying your first home here in Nashville, I would love to help you. Please feel free to download the Home Scout app from your app store and use my VIP code 0832. At any time, if you got any questions, you just want to chat it up, I'm always available. My number is 554-0832. Please consider sharing the video with someone else that you know it may help if they're on their journey to home ownership. Please share the video, give it a like, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you, and as always, have a blessed day.